Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Marissa Saffiya binti SABRI and I am a junior accountant of this company. With me today in this video are my colleagues who will be presenting to you guys about segment and interim report of our company. Allow me to introduce them. Here we have MAESARAH and AINUL SUFIAH, who are the senior accountants. And the last one is FATIN NURSYUHADA, the new account executive of our company. Without further ado, let's begin with the first part of this video.
Hi, my name is Saffiya binti KHAIRUL ANUAR.
So this is the Media Prima company's background. It was established in 2003 and has grown to become Malaysia's leading fully integrated media company with a complete repertoire of media-related business in television, print, radio, out-of-home advertising, content creation, and also digital media. The group was formed out of the demerger of the Malaysian Resources Corporation BERHAD Media Asset, which is TV3, and also the new Straits Times Press Malaysia BERHAD. Media Group has grown to include Media Prima Omnia, Media Prima Television Networks, the new Straits Times Press, Reef Media Group, and also Big Three, including PRIMA Studios and also Ripple. It is also listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia. Media Prima is the owner of the new Straits Times Press Malaysia BERHAD, Malaysia's largest publisher with 3 national news brands including Berita Harian, Harian Metro, and New Straits Times. And it is also known as the market leader in out-of-home advertising, represented by Big Three, The Right Channel, Kurnia Outdoor, Gocha, UPD, and also Big Three Senijaya. Here are some of the business segment owned by the media group, which is the first one, Media Prima Omnia, which is known as group advertising arm. It maintains its #1 position through its 4 channel, which is TV3, 8TV, NTV7, and also TV9. The second one is Reef Media Group, which is known as group digital's arm. It reaches out to more than 50 million people each month, about 75% of Malaysia's internet population. And the last one is Media Prima Audio, which represent through 4 broadcast brands, which are Hot FM, Bulletin FM, Fly FM, and also Air FM. So these are the factors to consider having a segment reporting, which is the first one, nature of the business activities, and the second one, nature of the product or services. These two things is a bit similar since Media Group is working on various media related businesses such as print, advertising, television, and many more. And the third one is the existence of managers responsible for the activities, because each of the business segment is under the supervision of different chief executive officer. So it is better for this group to implement segment reporting to get more detail and organized profit and expenses related to each of the business segment. From the financial statement reported, it is clearly seen that Media Prima Group has adapted business segment as their operating segment rather than geographical segment.
Hi, my name is Marissa Saffiya, and now I will continue to present about the Chief of Decision Making of Media Prima BERHAD and their responsibilities. What and who is the CODM? This CODM is a function and not necessarily a person. It can be an individual or group of individuals, generally whose responsibilities are to assess the performance of various segments and to decide an allocation of resources to the segments. This CODM is likely to vary from entity to entity. It may be the CEO, the Chief Operating Officer, the Senior Management Team, or the Board of Directors. The title or the titles of the person identified as the CODM is not relevant, as long as the person is responsible for making strategic decisions about the entity segments. For Media Prima BERHAD, the CODM comprises of its BOD, Board of Directors, and Senior Management. As you can see, under the Board of Directors, the first picture is the Group Chairman, Datuk Seri Dr. Syed Hussein Al-Junid, and followed by Razik Razali, who is the Group Managing Director and also one of the Senior Management of Media Prima BERHAD. I also have listed others Board of Directors in the company. In the Senior Management line, I also have listed the CFO and CEOs of the company for each business segments. To get into the specific responsibilities of CODM according to its position in the company. For example, the CEOs, they are responsible for managing a company's overall operations. This may include delegating and directing agendas, driving profitability, managing company organizational structure, strategy, and communicating with the board. Meanwhile, for the CFOs, they are responsible for the financial decision or discipline of a company, along with identifying the strengths and weaknesses of the company.
So our group has decided to use revenue method as our calculation method. This is how we identify the reportable and non-reportable segment. So by using the formula stated in the column number 5, let us look at into the row number 2, which is broadcasting business segment. In order to come into the value of 24.5%, we have to added the internal revenue and also the external revenue only for the broadcasting business segment, and then we divided it by the total revenue of all business segment including internal and also external, which is 1957058 ringgit Malaysia, and the answer will be multiplied by 100%. So if the value equal or exceed 10%, meaning that it will be considered as reportable segment. So based on our calculation, there are only 4 reportable business segments, which are Omnia, broadcasting, publishing, and home shopping, while the rest are non-reportable. For the second test, which is 75% test, by using the formula stated in the slide above, we could say that the answer we got is 94%, which exceeded the 75% total requirement. So we have come into a conclusion that there is no need for the management to identify or add any additional reportable segment, since the total external revenue of reportable segment is more than 75% of the entity's total external revenue. So let's say the situation is different. If the total external revenue reported by operating segment constitute less than 75% of the entity's revenue, additional operating segment shall be identified as reportable segment until at least 75% requirement is reached.
In this slide, I have provided the new segmental report of Media PRIMA BERHAD. From the calculation earlier, the operating segments were resulted into 4 reportable segments, which consist of Omnia, broadcasting, publishing, and home shopping, and another 4 non-reportable segments. The 4 non-reportable segments are combined and disclosed under one category, which is other segments. Next, I will explain about the advantages and disadvantages of segment reporting. First, the advantage of segment reporting is that it helps users to make better and clearer decisions. Segment reporting generally appears as a series of footnotes to a company's financial statements. Investors and other financial statements users view the segment footnote as very important to their investment decisions. Next advantage is that it helps the shareholders to get a complete picture of the firm's operations. This is because segment reporting provides information about the different types of business activities in which a public company engages and the different economic environments in which it operates. The last advantage of segment reporting is transparency. Segment reporting reveals which segment gives profit and which segment that suffers loss. This is important as it can evaluate the sustainability and the growth of the company and to monitor the performance of the company. For the disadvantages of segment reporting, there are 3 of them that I will explain in this video. Firstly, segment reporting is a time-consuming process since there are many disclosures required because of the different types of business segments for a firm. Secondly, the disadvantage of segment reporting is the difference in methods of reporting inter-segment transactions for each organization. In a diversified business entity, which may have some inter-segment business or transactions, there are a number of methods for inter-segment transfers such as cost, cost plus, market price, and negotiated prices. All these methods result in different operating results for reporting segment. And for the last one is the base of segment. Basic problem which arises in segment reporting is division of a diversified company for a segment reporting purposes. Every base of segmentation may create segments differently. Identification of segmentation is also problematic. Segmentation can be done on the basis of geographical location or product-wise. Each base has its own limitation and own problem.
Let's move on to the interim report, which is part B. Generally, the basis of preparations of interim reporting can be divided into two methods, which are integral method and discrete method. Firstly, I will explain about the integral method. Integral method is a part of annual and is a fraction of annual report, which the formula is multiplying annual values and the fraction of the reporting period. Next is the discrete method. Discrete method usually used in the interim report. It is where the interim period is separate period, which known as self-standing, and not only that, the report are prepared periodically. The basis of preparation that adopted by Media Prima BERHAD is discrete method. This is because the company prepared financial report quarterly. The unaudited financial statement have been prepared in accordance with MFRS 134, interim financial reporting, and paragraph 9.22 of listing requirement of Bursa Malaysia Security BERHAD. The interim financial statements are completely included with the explanatory notes and event that was important to understand in the group financial position and performance since financial year ended 31st December 2021. Okay, so now I will explain about the accounting policies that was used by the Media Prima BERHAD in preparing the interim report. One of the accounting policies that was used is investment property, MFRS 140. Investment property is a land or building or part of building or both that held for the purpose of first, earning rental, second, for capital appreciation, third is used for administrative, supply of goods or services, or production with the purpose for sale. Investment property will be depreciated on the straight line basis. So, Media Prima BERHAD measured its investment property at cost less accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment loss. Next, accounting policies that used by Media Prima BERHAD is MFRS 16 leases. A contract contains a lease if it conveys the right to control the use of an identified asset for a period of time in exchange for consideration. Leases are recognized as right-of-use asset and a corresponding liabilities at the date on which leased assets are available for use by the group or company, and this refers to the commencement date. Lessee need to recognize the right-of-use asset and obligation to pay liabilities that was created by the leases in the statement of financial position. During the financial year, the group and the company had applied practical expedient to account for COVID-19 related to rent concession that meets all of the following conditions as the same way as they would if they were not this modification. The conditions are: the first one, the change in lease payment results in revised consideration for the lease that is substantially the same as or less than the consideration for the lease immediately preceding the change. Second is any reduction in lease payment affect only payment due on or before 30th June 2021. Third is there is no substantive changes to other terms and conditions of that lease. From what I searched, during the financial year, there is an amendment to MFRS 16 COVID-19 related to rent concession, and this amendment effective on or after 1st June 2020.
Alright, next I will continue with the types of interim report. An interim report is the reporting of the financial result of any period that is shorter than a full financial year. A company may choose to prepare their interim report half-yearly or quarterly. Media Prima BERHAD prepare its interim report quarterly from 1st October 2021 to 31st December 2021. So, the minimum content that should be present in the interim financial report is either a complete or condensed set of financial statement for an interim and comparative period. There are 5 types of interim reports, which are the unaudited condensed consolidated statement of comprehensive income, statement of financial position, statement of changes in equity, statement of cash flow, and notes to the interim financial report. The interim report is prepared for analysis and performance evaluation of the organization before the end of the financial reporting cycle. Now let's take a look about the period for the current and comparative of each statement that prepared by Media PRIMA BERHAD. Its accounting period will end on 31st December for each year. The period for the current and comparative of each statement is prepared by the company according to the MFRS 134, and we analyze the interim financial report of the fourth quarter of Media PRIMA BERHAD in year 2021, which start from 1st October 2021 to 31st December 2021. As for the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, the current interim period is 3 months starting from 1st October 2021 until 31st December 2021. The cumulative for the current financial year to date is 12 months from 1st January 2021 until 31st December 2021. The comparative after immediately preceding financial year for current interim is 3 months starting from 1st October 2020 until 31st December 2020. And the comparative after immediately preceding financial year for the year to date is 12 months starting from 1st January 2020 until 31st December 2020. Meanwhile, for the statement of financial position, the current interim reporting period is 3 months starting from 1st October 2021 until 31st December 2021, and the comparative of the end of the immediately preceding financial year is 12 months starting from 1st January 2020 until 31st December 2020. As for the statement of changes in equity, the cumulative for the current financial year to date is 12 months starting from 1st January 2021 until 31st December 2021. Meanwhile, for the comparative of the immediately preceding financial year to date is 12 months starting from 1st January 2020 until 31st December 2020. Next, for the statement of cash flow, the cumulative for the current financial year to date is 12 months starting from 1st January 2021 until 31st December 2021. The comparative after immediately preceding financial year to date is 12 months starting from 1st January 2020 until 31st December 2020.
As for the adjustment 1, Media PRIMA BERHAD acquired a new building that was used for their new studio on 1st November 2021, amounting to 2 million ringgit with an useful life of 10 years using straight line basis method yearly. This is the extract of financial position before and after adjustment. So, as we can see, before the adjustment, the non-current asset of property, plant and equipment are amounting to 158,603,000 ringgit Malaysia. After the Media PRIMA BERHAD acquired the new building, so there will be an adjustment. To get the final amount in the statement of financial position, the current amount of the PPE, which is 158,603,000 ringgit Malaysia, should add with the carrying amount of the new PPE. The carrying amount formula is cost minus with accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment loss. Since the Media PRIMA BERHAD uses a straight line method yearly, so we just divide 2 million ringgit Malaysia with 10 years, which equal to 200,000 ringgit Malaysia. This amount will be as depreciation expense for that year. So the carrying amount of the new PPE is 1,800,000. So as we can see, the amount in the statement of financial position after the adjustment for the PPE will be 160,403,000.
The second adjustment is regarding the share capital. On 1st December 2021, Media PRIMA BERHAD has issued new ordinary shares amounted to 1 million units at 50 cents each to raise the capital for the company. Here we can see the extract of statement of financial position before and after the adjustment for the fourth quarter in interim report. The value of share capital before the adjustment in the current interim is 1,524,735, and after the adjustment is 1,525,235 after add up the new issue of ordinary shares of 500,000. So that's all from us. Thank you.